Hello everyone, welcome back to this episode here, chart analysis and a little bit of news. So here I am on the Bitfin 12 hour, and here's the chart, and I'm gonna just make a simple line. This is just mostly chart analysis and a little bit of news. And how some of that news affects chart analysis. So here's the line. You see me make this before, and so basically what you got here is this supporting line, and it looks like it's been really supportive as far as not having it fall down below that. Yeah, it's hit here a couple times, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 times it's been hitting. In particular, from here to here, from here to here, and this point on, you'll see that it's just ranging and bouncing. It's really bouncing on this support here. It's testing it several times. A couple things could be happening. It's being tested several times, and when I see a test of this support, especially like this, it's a little worrisome, because that's an indication of could be an indication of weakness. But the fact that it's hit the support many times and it's always bounced up above it, as you see it's getting squeezed in here, is also a good sign as well, that it's actually a good support. And so but my concern here is particularly this, that the fact that two averages now has crossed over, pointing more to a downtrend. And so if you're a little worried about that, it is something to watch out for, because if it does break through, it most likely will fall. And if you're wondering where it would fall, I do have an indication of where it might. And so if you go onto the 3-week or 3-day chart, and you can make another line. So now I'm getting back into lines again, and now if you make this line here, there we go, you could kind of see where it might fall. So if I could zoom back in here, daily, let's see if it shows on 12 hour. So now you could kind of see where it might fall down to. And if you look here, look how this kind of really correlates. If you look right around here. So if you look at this low here, okay, it, again, we're around the 320 mark. And so maybe a little bit higher. So if it falls down and breaks down from here on this support, this could be another support here, which is also this bottom right here, which is kind of like a little bit of this bottom here, just a little bit. Anyways, if you look at that, I mean, there's some correlation here, and this is just another way of, I guess, in your mind, I don't know how true this could be, but in your mind you can justify as that being a support or a limit order, especially if we're trying to be really selective now. And so that's just my quick chart analysis. Is there room to go up? Of course there's room to go up. I've been trying to say that it's going to go up to, what, about 500, which it almost did here on at least Bitfin. It went to 475 but did not reach 500. But we're getting in a little squeeze here from these two price ranges. It's getting squeezed, and it's going to get squeezed into going up, or it's going to squeeze into breaking down. And if it does break down, I think this is a great opportunity right here. So if you look at the longer range in the lines that it's making, it makes sense to this would be a support. And so if you're trading on the exchanges, I trade, in real life and the exchange, and I guess you could say I trade all the time. I trade when I buy stuff, I trade when I sell stuff, I trade when for my for consumption. I'm trying to get the most out of the value that I create. And whether you use it for consumption, like your user, or you're an investor, um, you're trying to make a gain on your trades here. Uh, you're always making a trade. So even if you use Bitcoin to consume goods and services, you're always trying to get the most out of that use, ideally anyway. Um, so, if you really think about it, my life is nothing but just a big investment, just a big trade, if you want to think of it that way. And when you start thinking of it in those terms, what are you getting for an X amount of value? What are you getting? What are you trading for? Whether it's for consumption, services, or investing. If you think in those terms, I think in the long run, you probably do better than the average bear who, for the most part, just spends and earns and spends and earns. In other words, earns a wage, on average. I think you do better than that, really long term. You'll probably come up way on top, way ahead. Um, if you think of terms and what are you trading in value? Are you getting a better deal? Or sometimes you would think that if you bought something, you bought it because it's a low price. But if you consider the amount of effort and time you put into what you exchanged, the value in what you exchange for, it may not be a good deal, no matter how low the price. So, anyways, I hope you understood what I was trying to say. Um, that's the chart analysis I have here. Really quick, really simple. I'll go over the price here at some point. Let me see here. Let me see if it kind of shows it's really. I don't know why it's doing that, but let me see if that helps. There we go. Anyways, Bitstamp at some point was lower than Bitfin and then the Chinese money here on that Chinese exchange. Since then, it's pretty much come close to par to Bitfin and Bitstamp. BitC was at one point when the price right about that red candlestick going down. When that happened, BitC was for a short moment in time was the higher of the price exchange, and these guys, these prices were lower. If you're trading and doing arbitrage, you've got to have your investment or some bitcoins in each of these exchange to perform. Let me see if I can get that to focus. To perform this arbitrage, and so you're risking that value, that amount of money or whatever, by holding on to that. So, but if you're like me and you've already made your gains and now you're keeping your gains in bitcoins, it kind of really doesn't matter. You're just moving the bitcoins wherever you get the most value for them and trading on those exchanges and buying at the lower ones. Essentially, you're just literally buying low and selling high, literally. And so the problem is, you always got to have a certain amount of bitcoins in each of these exchanges and have them float. And so if you're comfortable with that, it is possible to do arbitrage through the exchange. Um, if your trades in the real life aren't happening, you got to trade somewhere. You got to make your trades and gains somewhere. So if you know how to trade, and if you can read chart analysis, there's just times where your trading activity just, for one reason or another, just slows down. So now you've got to initiate a trade. So you have to do a trade, and there's nothing wrong with that. Um, Patience is a virtue in when it comes to trading, both on the exchange and real life. Uh, you know, but being a investor, a user, allows you to have a tremendous advantage. I've mentioned that many times, because you can consume or use your bitcoins. And so by doing that, you're not, quote unquote, stuck. If you're a money business service and you're registered as a money business service and you're not getting any activity, well, you're not making any money. And even if you use an exchange, but you're not trading like a user, like an investor, you're stuck. You're not making any money. On the other hand, I am not a money transmitter. I'm not in the money business service. I am an investor. So when things don't happen in the real world, guess what? I could do this to infinity in the virtual reality. In virtual world, I can do this till the cows come home. Because you see all these buyers and sellers, they're all right there for me to interact, initiate a trade with. And that's important. Liquidity is important to the investor, because without the price movement, you're not going to be able to make a gain, either in shorting or in going long. So now, with that said, that's my basic chart analysis. A couple things you can do if you're looking to capitalize on this situation here is, looks like some people have already capitalized. They saw the price go down and they've been buying, and they've decided to take that risk. And you are taking, every time you make a trade, you are taking a risk if you're doing this for investing. If you're doing this for use, then you're really not investing and you're just using. You're just taking advantage of a lower price, and now you just made a little gain, so you enjoyed a gain in what you've bought in for use. And so, but as far as investing, it looks like some out there are taking advantage of this. They feel this is a really good support. It's been shown to be a good support several times. So they're taking the risk of looks like buying bitcoins here, as you see in this candlestick. So there's a couple things you can do on that. The other thing is if you've already bought in at these lower dips, and you would like, and you may have already sold off on the top, and you want to secure your gains, this is a great stop loss if you can. If you can do that on your exchange, have a stop loss. And so there's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people that do that, and they're just trying to protect their value, and there's nothing wrong with it. But you have to understand, if you're going to do a stop loss, that's fine, but eventually you've got to go back in somehow or some way. So the other option is around here, around 320? Yeah, 320. Somewhere around here, 320, and there's a couple ways you can just follow the highs all the way down until it passes up a high, and then start buying from there, or buying from the dips after that. Another one is just put a limit order in, so limit buy order, and just be patient. And it's all about being patient. If you're impatient, you tend to you don't think things through, and so you make irrational buy and sell orders. So just let the crowd play into your hands. Now, right now, if you look, the volume has tremendously decreased, has been decreasing over time, and there could be several reasons, and this is where I'm going to get into the news section. So let's see here. I'm going to get into the news section, if you don't mind here. And so Now let's go over some several news here. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go over this one. Um, CryptoCoins news, right? And it came out with this is, what if a micronation adopts Bitcoin as official currency? Now, I've actually thought about this. I've actually thought about just straight out buying some kind of micronation and declaring myself king and declaring Bitcoin as the official currency of that micronation. And I've talked about it with my attorney. I've kind of briefly blurbed it to my significant other. It's gone in my head. It's gone, the thoughts have been running in my head, and really, my conclusion to this was, if you already own a micronation or have a micronation, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I actually wanted to see if I had a micronation that'd be recognized by other governments and other countries around the world, which micronations not so much. Some countries don't recognize micronations at all. They just totally disregard them. And so, after considerable thought, I said to myself, it'd be nice to have one, but at this point in time, not really, in my opinion, going to make a difference. Now if I took over Russia and declared that as myself king of that country and decided to have Bitcoin as the official currency, that'd be totally different. But a micronation, not so much. But here's what you can do, and you don't have to own a micronation. You are the king. I guess you could say, if you're a guy, you are the king of your domain. Your property. If you have a house, your house, of your space. You can declare yourself king of your space, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so if you want some kind of title for yourself, and it wouldn't extend more than beyond outside your door, of your property, or the borders of your property, and it wouldn't mean much. It doesn't mean anything. But if you're looking for some kind of title or a feeling of something, you can just do that. Just declare yourself king of your domain, of your household, and you are king, and you can declare Bitcoin as the official currency of your household or your domain, and voila, there you go. So, I've explored this idea, but in reality, a lot more needs to be done if you want to do something like this. Just having a micronation, just saying I'm going to declare Bitcoin as one of my official currencies or the official currency, I don't think it's enough. More needs to be done, and I think it is possible to take over a country. I've said that many times in my previous episodes, and to take over from within. So I think that's more of what I want to do, whether it's in the U.S. or in Europe or in Asia, South America, wherever, North Pole, South Pole, doesn't matter. I think it can be done, and I'm willing. I guess you could say I'm making it real. And so I just want to go over this article real quick, and this has crossed my mind. But in the end, I decided, well, that's too easy. To make a big difference, you got to really take over another nation, a real nation, not a micronation. Anyway, so there's that article. Let me see if I can get to another one. Okay, and this was kind of recent. Okay, Amazon, Walmart, Western Union, BitLicense and comments revealed in NYDFS release. And here you go. Here's the website. Let's see if it. No. It has to refresh. Okay, there it is. So there it is, and um, I don't know if anybody actually read this or not, but I'm gonna probably take some time to go ahead and read your letters. And I've already started reading some, and here's one of them, and let me see who it is. I don't want to, well, it's all in there on the names are showing up. So there's someone, and there's a name, and this is where I'm at right now. And I'm going to read as much as I can. I'm going to read all, I'm going to try to read all your letters. And whether someone here read them or not, I don't know. But I'm willing to give it a try. I'm willing to read what you have written. You've taken time out of your busy lives, and I have to tell you, I didn't write anything to these people. I'm not in New York. I'm not a resident of New York. Doesn't mean I'm not allowed to write anything. It's just that I know whatever they're doing will not apply to me. So I really don't care what they do. And so, but I am willing to read what other people think about all this, and I want to let anybody and everybody know, including Amazon, Walmart, Western Union, all those guys, MasterCard, whoever. I want to let you know I'm going to read, and I want to know what your thoughts are. So at least you would know that somebody has read what you wrote. So, and it's quite a bit. It's let's see, it's over 3,500, maybe even more. And here it is, one. And there's the name of the commenter. Some are unsigned, pretty much, I guess, anonymous or not anonymous. I'm not sure. But there's some names here, and whether they're real names or not, I don't know. But I want people to know that someone read your comments and read your letters. And so don't think it just went on deaf ears, because I'm listening. And finally, let's go on to, is it this? Oh, this is another one. I don't know if this is going to pass, but I do appreciate the effort. That's what I have to say for that. But let's go on to another one here. Let me see, is it this one? Okay. So here's the part where the news and trading comes in. This is coming up. Bitcoin seized from Silk Road on offer in second auction. And if you follow the link, if you go on the second link, alright, so if you go onto the second link here, there's a link for it. There's the webpage for the U.S. Marshals, and just to let everyone know, today is December 4th, and so let's follow the schedule. It talks about all blah 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 blah. Y'all can read this, but I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom part here of the schedule, and if you look here, there's December 2014, and today is Thursday, December 4th, online auction period from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then winning bidder notified 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, let's see what time it is. This is Houston time. It's 1:12, and so in Eastern Standard Time it'd be 2:12. So basically the bidding is pretty much over. Everyone's crossing their fingers. Tomorrow 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Uh, winning bidder will be notified. By Monday, winning bidder must initiate wire to the U.S. Marshal. So um, I think Friday and over the weekend and Monday and then Tuesday, Wednesday, you're gonna probably see, I think, a lot of an increase in trade activity at least. Um, so let's go back to the chart analysis here real quick. Okay. So if you look at this, and let's go back to, okay, we're at the 12 hour. You're seeing the decrease in, the slow decrease in trading. And I think once the bidding is over for that particular round of auction, based on the losing bidders and the winning bidder or bidders, losing bidder or bidders, or the winning bidder or bidders. I have to say it that way because I don't know if it's going to be one person who one person will be left out, or or more than one person will be left out, not winning a bid, or vice versa. One person will win all the bid, or everyone will win a bid. You're going to start seeing a lot of market activity. So not sure if it's going to go up or if it's going to go down. I've been reading that there's a lot of less interest in this particular auction, but you can never really know until it happens. And of course, this time, this particular auction and the price of what it is now, you know, you can't, I don't think you can just say, well, there's less interest. I know there's more Bitcoins. That's more into the market. In theory, you would think that would drive the price down, but from what I'm seeing here, there's nothing indicating that. Now, I think a lot of people who are investing are having a wait and see approach, and depending how much of a discount or how much of a premium they pay, whether they're going to hold it or they're going to sell it, is going to be interesting to see. Now, how can you take advantage of that? Well, for me, I'm not going to bid on any of that stuff. I have my sources, and I have my Bitcoins, and I have my money, and I also have other trading partners. And so the way I'm going to take advantage of it is I'm going to let the crowd, all those bidders and winners or losers, whatever, move the market for me. And based on what they do is going to determine what I do. And so if you weren't able to bid on any of those, you can still take advantage of the movement in the market, because after Monday next week, I think you're going to start seeing the increase in volume, either in a sell-off or in a buying sell-off, or in a sell-off or in a buying. And so just take advantage of those moves. Letting other people move the market, there's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, that's ideal. That's what you want to happen. You want others to move the market. Not for you to move the market, but for others to move the market. You're just capitalizing on that movement. And so that's something you have to keep in mind. So don't think that just because you couldn't bid on any of this, on any of those Bitcoins, that you can't capitalize on those movements, on the winners and the losers of those bidding. You can. And so you can position yourself, put in your limit orders, your limit stops. You can do a lot of things. But unfortunately right now, because there's very little movement, and there really is, there's very little movement. I mean, it's kind of ranged, and it's gone down here, but it's also gone back up, so it really hasn't moved all that much. Not in what I've what I'm used to anyway. That you know, this is now a waiting game, and this is where your patience really comes in, because those who are patient and they don't, if you're living day to day on Bitcoin, this is not a good time for you. If you are if you know how to trade and you know that what to expect from a trade like this, you probably are positioning yourself and you're ready to make money. You're ready to make your gains, either through a short or through a gain or going long. And so that's where the news ties into some of your Bitcoin trading. So this news here, let me see here. So this news here, it is affecting the market. And so you can't just ignore news and just trade away. You have to realize what's going on out there that's going to affect your chart analysis, your pricing, your limit, your buy orders, your trades in the real world. You know, you really have to kind of understand what's going on. And, don't be foolish into thinking that news doesn't matter. It does. In this particular case, it does matter. And so I would, right now it's only Thursday, and the only people who know what's going on, and they could make a trade on this alone, if they put a bid price on a certain price level, and they could be hedging themselves in the market right now, or if they're going, vice versa. Either way, either they bid really high and they're hedging themselves in the market now, or they bid really low and they've already put in some how can I say this, some stop limits, vice versa. Well, if you understand what I'm saying, they've already hedged into the market already, so they've already positioned themselves because based on what they've bid for here, and that'd be a smart thing to do. And then Friday, I think you're gonna really get some price action movement, and then over the weekend you're gonna see things move back and forth. Rumors are gonna be going around, whispers are gonna be chatter, all these things over the weekend. Okay, so be prepared over the weekend, and then Monday, that's when things might start really moving. And then the rest of this week, as news comes out, the winning bidder, where exactly they were in the price, etc., etc., you'll start seeing some price movement where you'll get an idea of where the price was for each of these winning bidders, at least an average price. Because when the price moves, I mean, there's going to be all these people who didn't win, and they know what they bid for, and if they didn't get it, that means someone else probably bid higher for it. So they'll move the price if they're interested in getting that, or maybe not, or maybe they'll just dump everything and they're gonna be laughing at the winning bidder. Who knows? The point is, I think after this you're gonna start seeing a lot of price movement, and then you can capitalize on those on the crowd. People let the crowd move the price. So anyways, I hope, let me go back to chart analysis real quick, or back to the chart. So I hope that helps anybody out there trading. I know some of the just in trading on the exchanges has been really how can I say this, really been slow. And also in the real world, its trades have been kind of slow as well. And so, although I am still trading, so that's not an issue, but it's slowed down about this time. So I'm only assuming everyone's just taking a wait and see. And I think over the weekend you're going to get a lot more price action. So if you can, pay attention over the weekend, and then the rest of next week, because that's when you're going to probably see a lot of things start moving again. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this episode. Included with this. Feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment. Also do a video response. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye.